Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It is Tuesday. And let's go over to the chat line. Boy, we have a good example from yesterday. We had the euro up on there, and we saw where the weekly was trying, and still is, trying to get through the last I saw it. But the euro did sell down. That was... As look at that. Okay, so it's falling back slowly and slowly, still pushing down more. That's interesting. We were in a daily sell. We were trying to go into the weekly buy. I said, the safest way to trade that is to buy the call and sell the spot, not to go naked on it. Either way would have been a winner. But that's the way we trade around here. A conservative way. We try not to put anybody in harm's way. And we'll see what they do if we get another day of this. That's really, it never popped up, even with it trying to get into the weekly buy. That's interesting. But that's, like I said, when someone asked, how's the best way to trade to make money? It's marrying binaries or marrying, options to the spot. This way you can put a position on and not really worry about it. That's really the answer to it all in the end. All right, so let's start off. Oh, where is it? Oh, let's kill that volume too. Where did that volume come from? There we are. There we go. There's Mike this morning. What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? I hear you. What's interesting today is the markets overall are just kind of quiet. Fractionally up. That's a new way of describing it. Fractionally up, and you can see the Swiss just by the hair of its chinny chin kind of just down a little bit right there. And same thing over on Chicago Quant. You can see the same thing. It's just on the edge of where is it at? I just saw it a few seconds ago. I just had it up there a few seconds ago. Where'd you go? US CAD, US South African Rand, Gbp Jpy, must be right underneath that. There it is. Nope, that's not it either. There it is. And there's the you can see the the Swiss is moving down just a little bit against the dollar, but up in a daily buy from yesterday. Interesting. Markets really have no clear direction anymore. They're just bouncing every which way, but in a very tight range in the end. So what's up? That's what's up today. Let's see. Could we look at the Swiss against the yen, and GBP against the yen, and the CAD against the yen, and the cable? Sure. And GBP USD for intraday short-term long entries. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. That sounds good. Let's see. Let's go from there. And I see Daniel's there. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, so let's jump over to that. Let's see. The first one was Swiss yen. So let's go find Swiss yen. Let's see if we have Swiss yen in the inventory here, and if not, we'll put it in. Swiss yen. I don't see that. No, I don't think we have any of the Swisses, do we? So let's put one in. Let's see. We'll go to the yen and just replace it. So we're going to make a copy of the yen. Or there's cable yen. So let's grab that, activate that, copy that, and then let's paste that right there. There we go. Oh, hey, Raul. What do you got? Any color about dollar Mexican peso? Yes, we'll go after that. We have that. Just give you a flavor real quick, but we have that. Let me just insert this in while it's calculating. So let's go with Swiss yen to start off with. Yeah, I tell you, we found that the dollar Mexican peso has been a really good trade. It really has been. And what's that? CHF, JPY. What's the issue there? Okay, so Oh, okay. So we got to go cash CHF. Look up. There it is. And we're going to add all of them too. So that was the yen. Add. And you asked for Gbp Jpy. That we have. And then CAD Jpy. Let's add that just to make sure we have it. Obviously, you're really focusing in on the CAD, which is cool. Not the CAD, the yen. CAD, yen, add. And then what was the other one? GBP pound, we have that already. So Swiss yen, cable yen, and CAD yen. Okay, so hit OK. And close. And let's see. So that's that right there. Here comes the next one. CHF yen, add, there we go, close, okay, and close. Now here it comes. It's loading it. Doesn't normally take this long, we'll see. Let's just double check we have it right. Yeah. CHF Jpy and CHF Jpy. Okay, good. And while we're waiting for that to come up, I'm just going to show. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Oh, first time here. Well, welcome, 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 welcome. And let me just show you the Mexican peso while we're waiting for it to load. And there's the Mexican peso. You can see we're at the bottom end of the range. We've kind of expanded those ranges, and you can see a lot of selling going on in that product right there. You can see it right there, and we'll just show it to you over on J4X real quick. And then we'll jump back to, and we'll put the CHF JPY in there too at the same time. There's the yen. I'm sorry, that's the Mexican peso, and you can see that strength that's been playing in it. We'll come back to that for you, and we'll give you our analysis. But let's get this in there. So Swiss CHF, that's not it. CHF, no, that's not it. There it is. CHF JPY. JPY. Oh, I guess it's up here. Let's move that over like that. JPY. There we are. And there's that going up on there. And oh, let's send this backwards again, like so. Where's it there? There we are. Now it's trying to, let's go back. It's going to give us, let's go back to that. You can see a lot of green there on the Swiss moving up. It's loading up into the J4X. And we'll check it out on Chicago Quant again. Any color about peso? You know, it's hard to say really. I'm not really sure if there's any conversation about the peso in general. But one thing is for sure, Raul, and that is that the peso is in a very tight range. You know, you can see that there. It's in a very tight range. Still doing the calculations there. Okay, there you go. Now J4X has it up. You can see that there. And you can see that's a lot of green going on with this Swiss against the yen. It's following the same action as the dollar situation. Let's see if we can get there. It's we had punched the wrong keyboard, so it's recalculating, but it'll come in a few seconds here. Back tested algo for 9 years, light, legit, 26% growth delta. Yeah, I'll tell you, you know, the peso, you know, they've really worked to try to make, well, the peso, what's happening with Mexico is it's a big conduit. In other words, they move a lot of things from China to the United States through Mexico. And so that's part of the, I guess you could say some of the best, not counting the illegal stuff, you know. But that's been really positive there, you know. So that's part of it. Let's see now. Is it going to let us? Okay, when this white screen starts to chill out, we will get the on our work, and we'll be able to open it up. So I guess that would be the color. You know, in other words, what you're talking about in there when you're thinking about that. You know. Okay, here we go. Now we're able to go. Let's go over to, here it is, the Swiss against the yen. There we are. So you can see here, it went into the sell for a day, 2 days, and now it's playing with the daily buy. Let's widen that more too. Daily buy. So it went into the daily buy yesterday, right there. And you can see here, went into the daily buy right there for that big long move, and it went into the weekly buy way back here. Where's it at? We can move that out of the way, and we can move that out of the way. And did it go into the buy here? Yeah, so it went into the buy right here. So it went into the weekly buy that end of that week. It's been in a weekly buy this whole ride up. This is a really, really good pairs trade to follow. That's interesting. And then, let's see, it went into a sell there. And then, let's see, we can put, then it went into a buy right there, or right there? Right there, I guess it would be. Yeah, see, plot 1 is 05, plot 4 is 10. So yeah, that went into a buy there, went into the sell here, then a couple days in the sell, 3 days in the sell, and then went into the buy again. And that's been pretty impressive. Went into the weekly sell here and didn't do very well at all. At the same time, it went into the daily buy right there after it went into the weekly sell and stayed in the weekly buy all the way to right here. Right there. And then did it go into buy there? No, see, it's minus there that week. So it was real sideways. Boy, they really flattened it out. We watched the 5-year being played with. How's that? Who asked for that? That was Mike Smith. So does that help out there, Mike? Now let's jump over to, and we will address the Mexican peso after I'm finished these. We always go in line. So then Gbp Jpy, let's see what that looks like. Right there. And you can see it went into the daily buy also right there. But it's not as good a pairs trade as the Swiss. That's interesting when you really think about it. So the Swiss is the better pairs trade versus GBPY. Look at this in and out stuff on the weekly, in and out. I mean, we go into a weekly sell here, go into a daily buy there, it pops up a little bit, starts to break down again into the sell. It finds a way to go into the buy here. It's a loser out of it all. And at the same time, we're in a daily sell from here all the way down to, I guess we had that in there at the time. Let's remove that. And it couldn't go into a buy here because we had a red and a green. So it stayed in the sell from there all the way down to here and then went into the buy. But yet, when you're looking at the two different pairs trades, the GBP Jpy versus the CHF Jpy, this is the more accurate one. Definitely more accurate right there. Matter of fact, we can get rid of those guys altogether. Not even in use. And picked it up all the way back in here. So that's interesting. Oh, we'll go after that. After we get done Peso, we'll go for ARGUSD. We'll go after that. And then, let's see. I think there's one more left to do. Let's see. Steve, welcome to it. We're, we'll just keep on, once we break away from these answers. And Birkenhan, let's see. I need an investor to copy me. I need investors to copy you. What do you mean copy you? You mean follow you? Backtested for 9 years. And you need investors, you need money. Well, just start small. Find $50 and start small, and you'll grow. If it's that good, you'll make the money. That's the way it works. CAD JPY. Let's see, CAD JPY. That's usually the best way of all. If it's that good and it works, start off small, and it'll pay off. and you'll be your own boss instead of having investors. These investors will just cloud your mind and pull you in directions. You see, there's CAD Swiss. So let's activate that and copy that. Copy window, yes. And paste. So, and that's the last one, CAD yen. So we want to put the yen in this. Let's see. CAD yen. Yeah, that's the best way I always found it to be. Just put your money together, or, you know, do the due diligence and do the work, you know. That's what it always seems to come down to in the end. When you have partners, all they try to do is pull you away from what you're doing. They just cloud you instead of letting you work. Let's see, right there. Let's refresh this. Where's the refresher at? There it is. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's see how well the CAD did, because it's looking pretty good also. Let's see, it went into, what's it, right there, right? It went into the weekly buy there, so let's put that in. That's not it. Cancel. There it is. There and there. So that's the buy. Oh, it's got to be a buy. Let's put the buy in. There's the buy. Then it goes into a sell here. Right there. Then it goes into the buy the following week again. Is that right? Right there. Yeah, it's a plus. No, that's a minus. What's that one? That is a minus, and it goes into the buy right there. Okay. So let's get that in there. Yep, and that's the buy. Does it stay in that buy, or is it choppy? Let's see here. Yep, stays in the buy. So it goes in the buy here. But so far, let's fix that too there. There we are. It seems like to me, you see this here, the buy is, it goes into the buy, goes into the sell here, comes back into the buy there. The daily buy is right here. There we go. And we'll stick that in there. There we are. And then let's put the sell in there. There's the sell. And then let's put the buy in again right there so you can see. So that's how that played out. All right. So it went into a sell for a couple days up in here, and now it's back into the buy again, like all the other two yen trades, the cable and the Swiss. How's that? Who was that? Smith, right? Oh, yeah, okay, Mike? All right. Now, let's see. Oh, and you wanted to look at the intraday of the cable for an intraday short-term long entries? Let's see. Let's try that again. Cable for intraday. Which intraday? Are you looking in your scale of 10, 15 minutes or 5 minutes or an hour? What are you looking at? What's your scale? While you're figuring that out, we'll take care of the Peso real quick. Get that done and over with. So where is it at? That's RAL. So let's take a look at that for RAL again. And right there, there's the Peso. So pretty much overall, the Peso's at the bottom end of the range. You can see the weekly's been in a weekly sell since here, so that's been kind of whacked, but it went into the daily buy there. So it kept you away from getting hurt here. And then it went back into the sell, so you could go short here. So it's been a short ever since. So that's pretty much the Peso, the Mexican Peso itself. All right, from there, who else was left in? Let's go Peso. First time for Steve. We said hi, Steve. And Steve, if you want to see anything, just shout it out. And then I need investors to copy me. Okay. I think you'll have to figure that out yourself somewhere along the line, but good luck with that. I guess, there's contests. They have contests here at Dukascopy. You can do all your work on there and show them your track record. An independent track record will help out a lot. So try that, Bekazan. Try to sign up for Dukascopy's trading contest implement your strategy and go from there. That'll help you out. I'll say, now Pablo says, could you check ARGUSD? Let's go and check that out. Let's see, where is that at? Let's see. ARGUSD. So, what do we got here? Do we have, no, we don't have, we have it. Let's try that. Activate that. Instrument. ARG. Try it again. ARG. There we go. What is that? Oh, it's cash. Let's look that up in cash. No, we don't have that. Let's take a look at that again. Let's do it on Dukascopy and see if we can find it. That would be right here, right? Yes. Nothing there either. Let's try it again. No, we don't have that symbol at all, ARG. Let's see if we see any ARGs at all. We don't see any ARG. Is that a currency? Hey, PM, how you doing? Pablo, is that a currency? Or is that like gold and silver? What is that? The ARG. Could it be the gold and silver? Let's see. There's XAG and XAU. Let's see if we can find it over here on some level. What's that? ARG. No, I don't see it. Is it on J4X? I don't see it on J4X. And let's check to see if Mike Smith has come up with his time frame. Mike, have you come up with a time frame that you were talking about? For intraday, short-term, long entry. Let's see. Let's see, Janos, okay, image. Let's see, image, Janos. Now it's like this. Janos, just say, you need to open up OBS setting and increase the resolution. Okay, he's talking to somebody. Okay. All right. Yeah, so let's kill that. There we are. So I need your time frame on which one you want to look at. So keep on hunting and let me know, and we'll follow down there until we see you mention it. Okay. Let's see, where are we at now? So Pablo, we can't find the ARGUSD. Can you give us a little bit more information about that? Roll says, basic question, how to get the box on your right? What do I see in each of your graphs? You could say details. Let's see, are you talking about this one right here? Let's get rid of that. Here, let me, are you talking about here where we have our charts on, let's see. Like right here, like right now, we'll go back to our normal rhythm until Mike comes up with something. So there's the Swiss. So we're looking at the Swiss on a daily basis here, and then over here in this box, we're looking at my proprietary mathematics that we use to compare to the J4X, so that you can try to create a product that gets about 60 some odd percent, almost 70% of as accuracy as my work. That's what we're talking about there. Does that make sense to you? So right there, here's Swiss. So you can see here in this box here, you see, you're talking about this box right over here, right? Oh, for me today, you're changing, let's see. Oh, you were talking to me. Okay. Here, let's see. Talking to you there about stream settings. Write to me after you are done for today. Okay, sure. Sounds good. see, I'm trying to get to Giannis real quick. Okay, there we are. Give you an okay there. There we are. Doc, your resolution is too small for the viewers to see the letters on the multi-chart. JForex is meanwhile slightly grained blurred. You need to open up OBS setting and increase the resolution so that it finally is streaming. Should we do that right now? Giannis, we can do that right now if you want. Let's see, so what am I going to do? I'm going to, now it's like this. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so what we want to do is we want to, let's see, what did you say there? Doc, resolution is too small for the viewers to see the letters on the multi-charts. You need to open up OBS settings. So OBS setting, is that underneath file? View, OBS setting, tools, help. Where's OBS setting? Is that it right there? Duplicate screens, duplicate sources, swap. I don't want to do, actually I want to get rid of that duplication. How do we get rid of that duplication? That's the bigger question. That's probably why it does that, right? How do we get rid of duplication? We don't want to have two. We just want to have one. Oh, okay. So I turn that off. Duplicate. Let's see. Can I do this? Can I do this live now or no? Let's see. For Christ's sake, you can't do that even now. Just continue to stream. I told you we'll do it later. Okay, now 10 guys are watching you talk about settings. Okay. All right, we're back. So let's see if we can make this bigger for you on some level. Let's see, how do we do this? Just in general, by adjusting. Does that make it better if I make it smaller? Does that make it clearer, or does that make it smaller? I guess it doesn't matter at this point. All right, so I'll just go like this. I'll keep it wide so it won't look back so far, like that. So you can at least see that. All right, so that's what that box is over there. Who asked for that? Could you check the... Okay, and does anybody know what the ARGUSD is? Okay, it graphs, you could see details. Thank you. Evening, Doc. Let's see. Talking to... Okay, yes. Okay. All right, so there's the Swiss against the dollar at this point, and you can see right here that it's trying to move down again, but it went into the buy yesterday, and we are flirting with that weekly buy all over again. So 1 week, it lasted a whole 1 week in the sell so far, and it's fighting to go back into it again. Just really shows you how uncertain a lot of this range that's going on at this point. That's all it really comes down to. Is it's just over and over again. The range in all these products are just floating along. I mean, that's all they do is float along. It's a real uncertainty. You know, you really have to say that more than anything else, is that there's just a lot of it's not uncertainty, it's no conviction. The markets have no real solid conviction more than just to trade basically inside their ranges. It's that quantitative Argentine peso. Ah, okay. Yeah, the Dukascopy doesn't have it, and here in the States we don't have it either. So, unfortunately, isn't the Argentine peso tied to the dollar anyway? I thought it was tied to the dollar. I know they have two currencies there. And one of the pesos is tied to the dollar in Argentina. So, let me think. What else is there? So I guess what it really comes down to is that when we go to the euro against the dollar over here, where is it? Euro against dollar right there. And let's see what else is there. So you got that, and then we go and look at it on the Chicago quant side of it, right there. You can see, it slipped into the sell. Was it you, Smith? Mike, were you the one that wanted to trade wanted to go short in that yesterday? And I said, do a combination. Obviously, that's a winner that way for sure. Obviously, being short would have been a winner too. But we try not to put anybody in harm's way. So with that weekly like that right there, just over the edge, it's awful hard to want to, do that. At the same time, looking at this, maybe it's going to go trade the bottom of the range. That's why it's really cool to do the binary and short the spot at the same time. This way you're basically going to be hedged out of it all. All right. And Mike, did you come up with the time frame yet? No time frame. All first time here. Let's see. So let me see what we have on a short term, and then we can go from there. Where's it at? Right here. There's the intraday. It was the euro. You were looking at cable, right? Let's see if we can get this going. That doesn't seem to join in. GBP. What was it? GBP dollar, right? Let's just throw the 5 minute up there. I was trying to show the difference yesterday between the spatial. So there's the minutes, and there's the 15. There we go. So there's your short term. But I don't know what else we can do with that. You can see, obviously, there's a buy for about 5 or 6, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Now it's pushed itself into a sell here. And it's trying to climb right back up again. Try to take some of the money you made from that one. Whereas this one was all right. And this one was okay. And this one was all right. And that one was okay. And that one was fast, but it was okay, but it wasn't the greatest. And then here's a nice winner there too. So was that like 6 out of 7, something like that. All right, from there, let's take a look at the cable. And there's the cable there. You can see it's flirting. It's in a plus. You can see that right there. It's flirting. It went into the sell yesterday right there. And we are flirting with the buy all over again. And we've got a red here and a green. Let's just widen that. And let's go like that. There we are. Let's try this one too. We'll widen that. And you can see they're trying to bounce it back up again. And the weekly is getting through the manifold and is trying to get going. We'll see. It doesn't, the way they trade at this point in time, there's not a lot of conviction. And you can see here on J4X, you got another green developed there, doing exactly what our math is trying to do. It's trying to get through right there. And it's giving us like the red and green thing where it could get very volatile in the next couple of days. You can see here, the white line has been through since here, and it's just been going sideways. All right. What else can we say about any of this? I guess that's about it. And we answered, I think we answered everybody's question, right? Just let me know if I didn't answer your question. And we showed you that 15-minute Mike Smith, so maybe that helped out. But you asked GBP for intraday, short-term, long entries. It had 5 of them, didn't it? So I mean, it depends on your short term. If it's an hour or 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 2 hours, it depends on your reference frame. All right. Let me think. What else is there? I guess that's about it there. Let's jump over to Turkish lira until someone asks a question again. And Turkish lira, let's see. Where are we at? Turkish lira right there. There's the Euro Turkish lira. You can see it's bouncing around. It's in a sell now for the last 2 days right there. Let's put that in. There we go. And it's in the weekly buy, so it's going nowhere also at the same time. We just keep on looking for, let's see, yes, ramen. Okay. And then from there, we go to, let's put it up on J4X. And there it is right there. I'm trying to break down. A lot of red more than green, that's for sure. And I guess we should get that to match up. Scale, screen. Done. There we are. So you can see there, last couple of days, the red's on the top of it, and then the sell. But it's not doing anything. It's not really moving. One good thing about it all is that ever since they incorporated puts with their put options with their purchase of the currency, it really has smoothed it out. You know, it's definitely much more civilized compared to the old days where it was wild and woolly and crazy and just exploding in every direction. All right, from there we zip over to Canadian. And unfortunately, Raul, we can't get the ARG. Let's see, CAD right there. There's Canadian. You can see Canadian's breaking through the 50 percentile. And you can see the white line. I see it went into the sell there yesterday, right there. So put that in. Let's just double check. Oh, cancel. Let's just double check it to make sure it was minus. Yep, it was minus. See, plot 1 is minus, and plot 4 is minus. All right. For Canadian, and you can see the weekly has been sloppily sliding down. You know, just there was your last sell. And then there's your first buy. It lasted a whole day. And now we are... Let's just move this up a little bit. I want to see this closer. And tighten it up just a little bit like that. And let's fix the green dots. So it went into the... There, it didn't go into a buy. Did it go there into a buy? I guess... Did it go into a buy there and then push itself into a... It didn't go into a sell. Could the buy be back here? Let's see what that is. No, it's a minus. So the buy is there. So, you know, it rode down and then went into the buy here for just a day, and now we're back into the sell again. That is usually a sign that we're going to see more strength in the oil market or the gold market, that type of thing. So what we do is we drift over to the oil market, and we'll take a look at it right there. And you can see oil again today is up higher than it was yesterday, right there at closed yesterday at 0328, and now it's trading at 0420, 21, 22. So it's basically up $1. Now over here, looking at the CAD, right there, dollar CAD, all that pressure on it. So we're seeing, when this is going down, when the Canadian against the dollar is going down, it means that it's gaining value against the dollar. So that's usually the way it works. We get interruptions with it at times, but that's pretty much the whole process. So at that point, we see here over in oil itself, you know, it's lifting up, which makes sense. That's what that's usually insinuating over here. It's telling us that. All right, now you can see at the same time, we are playing very aggressively with the weekly sell in oil. So after this big, long adventure where it went into the buy back in December of last year, it's flirting with the weekly sell. And so they're going to have to really get it to go. In other words, we'll probably have to get up to like 110 or 12 or something like that to get it to get going here. And you can see today, now what's up with that? I thought it closed in a buy there yesterday. Let's just double check that. There it is. The green line is there. There it is. And so, and let's just take a look at, see if I can find yesterday's chart. I could have sworn it was in a, if the green line is there, it means it closed in a daily buy. So we have to find out why it's not reflecting that at the moment. The data is, oh, let's give it a refresh. Maybe it'll straighten it out. Let's see, refresh. Because I remember this morning sending it out. Let me just show you what we sent out this morning, which is really odd. Because it was in a buy on the chart. Let's see where it is, right here. And we'll move that over so you can see it. This is what we sent out this morning. Yeah, so that doesn't match up now. Look at that. They've changed it. The high and the low has been changed. Because that's how we sent it out yesterday, and this is how we sent it out this morning to our clients. So it was in a buy, and somehow or another, notice here it's not the same anymore. See, it's tightened up, and they took out that low and removed it altogether, whereas yesterday, right there, you can see that it was below that low right there. So the low was yesterday, not that one right there. So we'll have to fix that. I'll have to go in and see why it's collecting the data wrong all of a sudden. That's what's nice about documenting our work over and over again. When something like that happens, we're able to fix it up. All right. From there, we go over to the metals complex. And just take a quick look at gold right there. And you can see there's a green right there, so it's obviously firming up. Unfortunately, the white line is trying to twist down now a little bit. Let's take a look at gold over here. Gold did the same thing. It closed in a buy. Somehow or another, the data has been shifted over the last hour. Let's just double check. We'll open up what we sent out in our charts this morning for gold. Gold. There it is. So you can see there, we have it closing in a daily buy yesterday. And we sent those charts out. And I always go and clean this up when I do see, or I reload it and it straightens it out. So this is still in a buy. And let me just show you again the chart, what we had. You can see it's a little bit weaker. It's a little bit underneath at the moment. So let's just go there. And at the moment, yeah, let's see, that's interesting. It's not even showing that there either. Let's see if we can fix this. There we are. Let's try that. See if that'll straighten it out. Nah, it still didn't straighten it out. All right, we'll fix that later on. But as you can see, as far as we're concerned, the thing is in a buy from right there yesterday, and it's just a little bit lower than what it was earlier. Just a little bit lower, and you can see the weekly's being challenged. Curious in many different ways. I don't know if that has something to do with the currency that will not be named is now backing itself with a combination of oil and gold. So the Russian currency is being backed by oil and gold, and maybe that's putting that pressure on it. I'm not sure. Maybe they're trying to beat up on it that way. We'll see. But and last I saw that currency, the currency we will not name. Let's see, where is it at here? It's right there, right? There it is. The currency we will not name, right there. You see, it's in a buy for the last couple of days from here, but it hasn't gone anywhere. But it's still in a weekly sell. So the pressure, and it's hanging around the 85-ish area. So it runs up to 100 and bounces back down to 80. It's bouncing in that range. I understand that it's the gold oil hedge that's is backing the currency now. It's like 1 gram equals I forget what it is, but I understand that it should be in the 85 area now in general. So that's a real strong belief at the moment with the backing of the Russian currency that it'll hang around the 85. So we'll watch to see how that goes now over the next couple months. AFA, you named it. What's that? The currency that will not be named? Yeah, I know. Dukascopy doesn't trade it, so we don't talk about it anymore. We just give you a quick flavor of what's going on there. From there, we go over to the South African Rand right there. And because gold is kind of firm and we went into a daily buy, we obviously assume that the South African Rand is moving up, not down. Well, in this case here, it's moving down against... It's moving up against the dollar, but it goes down in price. It's one of those crazy things. So you can see here on our work, we're getting into a sell again. You can see on Dukascopy, same situation, white line piercing the dashed line and a red bar. And here we are doing pretty much the same thing, minus there's no dot at all at this point. See, it's right there, and it's minus. See it there? It's minus 0.0278. So the pressure's on that. You like that, AFA? Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to say it. I've been saying that now for over a week. The currency that will not be named. All right, and then from there, we go with Mike Smith's situation, the yen. That yen has been, we watched this thing take off and climb and do its thing. And obviously right there, you can see that it's not climbing anymore. Let's put it up on... J4X there. It's not taking out new highs or anything like that. It's just hanging around in there. Green for a couple days, just like J4X. And you can see the white line through. Same thing here. We've been in a daily buy since yesterday. Right there. We went into the buy there. Let's get let's fix these things. Let's get rid of that. Put the sell in and then put the buy in. There's the sell. And then there's the buy. There it goes. So the yen has been very firm out of this whole thing. We thought that it would get up into the 118s, maybe 19, but it's run to what? 122, almost 123. Did it get to 124? 125. Got to like 125. So it's been a very impressive move. Then when you really think about it, like the best of them all has been that Swiss yen. What a great, read that was. Let's just go back to that again. The Swiss yen right there. I mean, look where it went into the weekly buy. Back in February 25th. And then let's see where the CAD did it. The CAD went into the buy Feb 25th too. Also, both of those did well. Then the the Gbp Jpy was a little bit laggard right there. It went in and out. Look at that. The last buy there is March 17th. And there's that. That's where it went into the buy, but then the cable really weakened. Boy, that's really an interesting way of looking at them, So the CAD and the Swiss showed real consistency. All right. From there, we go over to the Mexican peso to finish off the currencies right there. And you see that long ride down. It's tried to vacillate a few times in and out, but we've been staying so red for so long. It never allowed you to try to get into the buy. Even when these lines made through it, the red was still there. And same thing over here. We looked at that with Pablo, maybe. Let's see. We'll find it in a few seconds. Right there. There we go. And let's find it. That was... let's see. Where is it at? There it is. Raul was looking at that, and that's been the action. That has been very clear. That one thing's for sure is that the Mexican peso has a very tight range compared to a lot of these currencies at this point. Really tight, in a good way, I mean, everybody wants their currency to be stable. That's the name of the game, economically. Stabilize your currency. Keep it stable. make it more productive, so forth and so on. All right, from there we run over to, we'll go take a look. There's silver. You can see silver still pressing down, but you got this thing trying to turn up, so really pushes you into that neutral situation. Let's take a look at it here on Chicago. And right there. It's been in the sell for a bunch of days, and it's flirting a green and a red at the moment. You can see it's trying to lift up. And it's flirting with the weekly sell, but slowly moving back to the zero line, only minus 11 now. So let's see what it looked like this morning when we sent it out, just solely because the other two seem to be a little off at the moment. Where's that? Right there, and right... Where's silver at? Come here, silver. There it is. Yeah, so it's been... That's what we sent out this morning, and that's it's pretty much matching up. It was a little bit deeper, that's all. What do we got here? AFA says, how do you see GBP Swiss ranging but maybe could go long? Well, I think the opportunity, most of it's passed by already. I mean, look at let's take a look at, oh no, wait a minute, that was yen. Let's go take a look and see. GBP Swiss. GBP Swiss. There's GBP cable. There's Gbp Jpy. There is GBP. There's GBP Swiss right there. Well, you can see it's a second day in a buy right there. You can see the weekly is piercing up. It's actually through the sell. We haven't looked at this in a while because it went into the sell here on the weekly. Let's move it over one right there. And it's flirting with the weekly buy as we speak right here. So we're starting to see strength in it, that's for sure. And let's fix that like so. Make it green. There we are. And it's been in a sell since here. Is that it? Let's see what that is. That's minus. Yeah, so it went into the sell there. And went down the next day hard. And then, it tried to climb into the buy right there. Yeah, it went into the buy right there. The next day. Did it? Right there, yeah. And then the following day, it went right back into the sell again. Real choppy. Interesting. And let's just double check that. Yeah, see, it's a minus. See, plot 1 is minus 0.00023. And now we are back into the buy again. There we go. And let's see. That last one, let's move that over. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but let's move that back over here like that. Went into the sell here back in October. And it went on for months. Look at that. Went into the sell up in here, and it didn't, and then it finally went into a buy at the end of the year. So it went from the 128s or 127s down to the 121s. So right now we're starting to flirt with another buy. So I guess if we close in a weekly buy at the, the end of this week, and as long as we stay in that daily buy, then obviously there's going to be strength. The odds are 8.5 out of 10 times this math will be accurate. So that's pretty, it looks like it's trying to get back up a little bit in there. Maybe it'll go after the 24s here. Go take out these tops here. And then there is the daily buy there. In the middle of that, goes into the weekly sell. Let's see, where's that sell at? The sell started here. Went into a daily sell there. Let's put that in there. So there's our daily sell. And so we're in a weekly buy at that point. And so you can't be long and don't be short. It's kind of stuck in the neutral side there. All the way down. And then it finally goes into a sell here. Right there, and you get a couple of days of fun out of it. You catch catch all this right there out of the whole thing, which is almost half of that to begin with, which is not bad. And then it goes into the buy, so now you're not short, but the weekly's in a sell, so now you're neutral again, and the thing takes off, so you don't get hurt there, you just don't gain from it. Then it goes into a sell here, you make a little money, goes into a buy, you do nothing, it goes into a sell there, you make a lot of money. There's your real win. That's the meat of the whole good trade out of it all. And then now we're back into the buy, and it's flirting with the weekly buy. So I don't know, we may be changing directions. Hey Kelly, how you doing? Hey, we were showing how the euro, you were right about that euro situation, and the best trade we thought was the option and the option or the binary with the short, but it worked out either way. Okay, let's see, euro. Let's see, was it the Euro Swiss? Euro Swiss. I know we have it here somewhere. We used to have it here somewhere. Euro CAD. There it is. I see it. Euro Swiss. So yeah, we've been in a sell for 3 days right there. Not sure why the dots are down there, but let's move them up. Right there. And right there. There we go. So we've been in the sell since here. Went into the sell on that close. And then it went into, actually, yeah, and it went into a buy here just one day and then went right back into the sell. No, oh, wait a minute, this is an intraday. This is an intraday. We're looking at an intraday 5 minute. How about that? That's an intraday 5 minute. That's interesting. So went into the sell there, goes into the buy. Look at that, 2 volatility. It's very hard to get long there. It finally gets a long there and rolls back over again. Goes into the sell right there again. So goes into the sell here for that little trade. This is an intraday. Let's see if we can find the daily on this thing. What was that? Euro Swiss. Euro Swiss, Euro Swiss, Euro Swiss. There it is. There we go. So it's in the sell from there, but it's flirting with the weekly buy just the way the euro was doing, you know? The euro dollar pairs trade, doing the same thing. So it's in a sell. It slid down on the daily, but we are, and that's all right. It's a short from there. Problem is that we're lifting up now, so you don't really want to try to be too nakedly short. You need to be hedged short, you know. Same thing here. It was a sell with the weekly down. It's a safe short, okay, a much safer short. 8.5 out of 10 times right. In this case here, we went into the sell there. But we didn't get into the weekly sell until the end of that week, but we were underneath, so it needs to be a hedged short. And so it was a good win there. And then it tries to turn back up, I guess right here, so it beats you up pretty good. And you're not shorted because we're in the weekly sell. So you're just not short here. You're just watching it march along on its own on the upside. And then that's where you take the short. So how does that make any sense? But this is interesting. It's doing the same thing as the euro at the moment. They're both doing the same dance. So, all right, traders, we're out of here. We will catch you all tomorrow on Hump Day, and Janos, I'll be with you in a few minutes. So this is Doc from North America. Catch you in tomorrow, same time, same channel. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders.